What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of the Long Dark, a low-key series in which you and I hang out for a little bit and try to continue surviving. Now, I wanted to have, in this first session, I was doing 5 or 6 episodes. We just hit half tiredness, so I'm glad we didn't stop for that deer back there in the previous episode. Probably would have been a bad call. Can you shoot birds yet? Hey, birdies. I can see your buttocks. How do you feel about that? Like, no means no. Don't look at me. Just because I fly this way doesn't give you the right to look at me like that. I'm like, okay, well, fine. Whatever. I don't want to insult any birds right now. I need you to drop your feathers so that I can make weapons from them. Weapons of bird murder. Of birder. I read an article the other day. I like to read Amazon reviews. Like, every time I find weird products. Oh, shit. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Now, we should be able to hold him off all right. He should stop pretty close because I have the flare. I'm going to run and hope that maybe there's a firearm backing in here. There was no firearm back there, but there might be in here. Be wary. There it is. Okay, so we got the gun. Good. Give me that shiz. Not going to use it right now, though. You got to show restraint. With great power comes great responsibility. And so just because we can unleash the bucka now on these fools does not mean that we should, or that it is a wise decision, or one that comes with Splattercat's mandate. In fact, not many things come with a mandate with Splattercat. I've never actually, I don't know. Maybe if you gave enough to Patreon, I'll take you on a mandate. You can go to Scandia. Get out of here, little bastard. Keep the flare, by the way. You'll regret it if you don't. You might have to throw it again. For example, at that wolf right there. I'm going to let them have the train tracks for right now just because I don't want to shoot anything today. It's easy to get caught up shooting stuff and then spending, like, the next 2 to 3 episodes just, like, skinning things and running back and forth trying to make use of all the meat. So for right now, I'm going to leave them. We do have, actually, we have the gun now, which is good. The final place we looked, well, the second to last place that we looked. Who's counting, though? The second to last place we looked got us a gun. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll take you to Scandia. Tickle your neck a little bit, buy you some french fries, help you win a big stuffed animal, play some mini golf or something. That's how I do the mandate right there. Girls love that stuff. Scandia, man. Scandia's the date right there. She's a gamer girl. You can take her to the arcade. Not a bad call. Everybody loves mini golf. Who doesn't love mini golf? I guess if you have really bad temper problems, you might not like mini golf. Would you piss off? It's like the universe's most dedicated wolf. This guy's like down. Oh, and there's one over by our house, too. Hey, get out of here. Alright, I'm going to leave that flare there. And what I need to do is reload this firearm, like, right now. Because this wolf over here is going to be our next principal competitor. He's closest. Now, what we're going to be doing with the first couple episodes of today... Ah, see, now all the wolves are back. I wonder if they give you a free day where there's no wolves in the first couple days. I know somebody suggested that they said they die all the time to wolves on the first day because they're just, like, everywhere. Somebody on the forums had mentioned that maybe they went through with that and they gave you, like, a grace period where there's no wolves around. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So, Amazon.com. I like to read the reviews because people just act super stupid when they get cheated out of stuff. And they should know better. Like, if you get cheated on Amazon, it sucks. Everybody's been there. I've been cheated on eBay. I've been cheated on Amazon. But the more you focus on it, the more you lose because you're just letting it get worse. Like, you just need to accept that, like, you didn't win and that someone else cheated you and that you did all the things you could to try and get your money back. But now just let it go because making yourself angry after the fact, you're just allowing the fallout from the situation to go further than it needs to. So anyways, people write funny reviews when they're like losing their shit about getting cheated. And I found one the other day where I found, for what, I don't even remember what I was looking for. I was looking for a poncho, that's what it was. I wanted like a Red Dead Redemption style poncho because my friend has one that he wears in the field when he's out doing geology stuff. He's got like a big sombrero and he's got a poncho and it keeps the sun off of him and it's great. It's like the best. He basically goes shirtless into the field and he just wears a poncho over the top of him. And he just wears, like, shorts or whatever and a sombrero. And it works great. There's a reason that's been, like, classical stylings. People wear that to keep the sun off of them for so long. There's a reason. And so, anyways, I've been jealous of his for a long time. He got his in Mexico while he was just, like, chilling down there. And I was like, well, shit, I want one from Mexico. And so, anyways, I don't have a poncho, and I was looking for one. That's what it was. And they had a raccoon skin jacket in there, and it had a bunch of reviews. And I was like, oh, it's a raccoon skin jacket. I have to read this review now because it's a jacket made out of raccoons. Like, there's going to be a funny review in here. I see no way that there's not going to be at least one hilarious review inside of here. And so, sure enough, the first one I read was like, the fur doesn't feel luxurious. And I'm really hoping that they were being tongue-in-cheek, but I was like, yeah, tongue-in-cheek. I was like, yeah, no shit. That's because you made a shirt. Of course it's not luxurious. It's made out of raccoon. You made a shirt out of an animal that is born in a sewer grate and shit and piss, and then spends its entire life eating garbage out of said refuse. And of course its fur is not going to be luxurious. What are you talking about? Like, come on now. I mean, I'm like, new review. My rat skin cap didn't go over well at the Romney's fancy dinner party. I'm like, well, come on. Obviously, it's not going to be amazing. It's going to suck. This wolf is definitely getting blasted. There we go. So the wolf is down. I think. So how do I gather? How do I gather wood now? I assume that I do it from some of the big outcroppings. See, he's not. How tired am I? I think we can make this happen. It's gonna take 2 hours, though.
It's dusk, so night can't be far behind.
I was also sort of hoping we don't freeze to death during that little debacle right there. Oh, look at that. We've got a moon. It used to just be pitch black at night. Now you've got at least a little bit of moonlight. That's pretty sweet. Pick up a stick over here. We take out my lantern for a moment.
Barely walk with this much gear.
I know. I'll be on it in just a minute, lady. I feel your pain right now. Believe me. She's like, ew, don't feel me. And I'm like, oh, man, you got to react like every other woman in my life. Come on. Why you got to be like that? Why you got to be like that? My lovin's is good. At least I think so. I think I'm a pretty good judge of my own performance. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe I'm a tad biased, but maybe you're a bad judge. Who made you the judge? How come you get the judge and I don't get the judge? What's up with that? What is up with that? I figure I'll probably turn this off real fast. Turn off the lamp. Did I do the wrong song? I think I might have done I think I did the Usher song instead. I don't know. All the Little John songs kind of run together for me. They're all basically the same thing. I mean, he's got a thing, he shouts it, and then it's got some super crazy crunk beat in the background. You get the same thing every time. I mean, come on. I'll probably go with Accelerant because we have enough to level up 4 times, assuming we don't get any really bad dice rolls. And so we've got a lot of cooking and stuff to get done right now, so I'm going to go ahead and throw that on in there. That'll give us a good hour and a half, and then I'll probably just use sticks for the rest and save the other fur fuel. I don't actually know that I need this much fire, but I'm going to give it a go anyways. Technically, wolf meat probably shouldn't taste very good. In terms of like things that you hunt in nature, carnivores don't tend to taste very good. I assume it has to do with the buildup of acids or proteins in their meat or something from consuming meat. I don't really know exactly scientifically why they would taste worse. But I assume it has something to do with the fact that they eat meat, because in general, herbivores tend to taste the best, omnivores tend to be kind of like meh, and then carnivores tend to be just like, ew! Now, the exception here being alligators, which are the most delicious thing on earth. Like, there should be alligator meat more frequently available. Like alligator jerky, alligator steaks, alligator burgers. It's really unfortunate for alligators that they're actually so delicious, because they really, really taste good. They are tasty. Not just tasty, they are hell's-a tasty. So I'll probably drink some water right now. Get that done so that we're not totally thirsty. I'll eat some wolf flesh. 75 calories. It's wolf flesh light. You don't want any wolf flesh light? 700 calories from the rest of it, though, which is pretty dope. And one of the features that I do like is if you eat it, it leaves the leftovers now, whereas before you kind of had to, like, time it properly, I think. Got reishi tea, but I don't really think that we need it right now. We're a little bit tired. But I would say that it'd be worth probably trying to at least boil off a little bit of this water before we go to bed. It seems like a waste not to do it, because we already made the fire, and I'm already using my fire-related resources. So we might as well make use of it while it's here. I wish you could actually melt snow while you were sleeping. kind of unsafe, but we got a stove. It'll probably be fine. You can leave the stove burning while you sleep, as long as it's in like a little contained area. You might not have a choice. Fun fact, people used to burn to death all the time back in the survival pioneer days. All the time, constantly. Petticoats, super flammable. Lots of women died that way. They'd be doing cooking by the fire, and their petticoats would catch on fire, and then boom, gone. That's a dead wife right there. Crazy stuff. It's a good thing we don't live in those times anymore. It's a good thing we don't live in those times anymore. That's a bad call. That's a bad plan for everybody involved. Probably not going to work out. Probably going to die of like a toothache or something. You always die of something like mundane back in the day. Like one day your elbow starts to hurt, and then the next day your whole body just falls off and you die. And it's like, man, it's a crazy time we live in. They used to go to the barber to get tooth pulled. Used to go to the barber to get cysts drained and stuff. It's gnarly. Like, barbers used to be the doctor back in the day. And I don't know how I feel about that. It's okay. You can have a straight razor to my neck. I'll tip you anything you want if you put a straight razor to my neck. But at the same time, don't know if I trust a guy whose principal job is shaving fine follicles off of my face to do, like, serious doctoral work. Why don't you be trained a little bit better? Let's go and harvest for a little bit. We got lots of stuff to harvest, and we got lots of things to do, and I'm assuming we're probably pretty well rested by this point. Actually, we're not. Let's sleep for another couple hours, then. What do I know about anything? Apparently, I'm really bad at resting. It might also be slowed down by the fact that I'm sleeping with like 900 pounds of gear on top of me. But I'm into that crushinating stuff. You know that's like an actual sexual fetish? Like you can hire girls on Craigslist to come and like sit. Don't ask me how I know. A friend of a friend told me. Why are you so judgmental like that? Every time I tell an interesting story, you got to ask questions. You got to ask questions like, how would you know? Have you tried that out? Apparently, that's a fetish. You can go on Craigslist and hire people to come over. Like, you can hire big girls to come to your hotel room and just sit on you. There's no sexual activity. They just sit on you until you almost asphyxiate. And apparently that's what sexually turns people on. No idea. No idea, my friends. No idea. I don't see how being sat on and not being able to breathe and thinking possibly like, oh, maybe she's not going to realize my safe word. I might die here. You know, like the panic that ensues. Apparently that turns some people on. They're into that shit. I don't know. I don't judge. Whatever. I mean, unless you're not out victimizing people or something. At the end of the day, at least you're not taking advantage of it. You pay her $50, she sits on your face, I guess. I mean, if she's into it and you're into it, hey, who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? I'm sure I've got some weird freaky fetish in there somewhere that I just haven't discovered. And one day I'm just going to cock my head to the side and just be like, that does weird things for me that I feel like it probably shouldn't. But I think I'm going to follow this and just kind of see what happens. I think I'm going to see where this goes. Let's go down this rabbit hole and just find out. Have lots of extra tools around. I'll probably keep the extra hatchet. I need to get those things curing. I should have done that before I went to bed, but I'm an idiot like that. Got old man's beard in there. I'll probably throw that on in the container with other stuff. And then if I have any extra clothing, got that. That'll work out. Get a little bit of weight off. I got an extra lantern. I assume the one that weighs more is the one that's loaded. So this lantern's loaded. Watch out! I will illuminate things around you. How do you feel about that? We're like, no, the ugly. I have socks? Since when do I have super awesome socks? Awesome. Since I already have socks on my feet, I can use them as like boob socks. I don't know if she's got like monkey boob. You can just like put the boob inside the sock, and then it'd be like an extra boob warmer. I'm coming up with ideas right now. Okay, I can see you scoffing at me. Coming up with ideas. I don't hear anybody else coming up with catchy ideas for ways to warm the female form. At least I'm trying, okay? At least I'm trying. It's more than I can say for all of the judgmental people in the crowd right now. Just be like, oh my god, boob warmer. He's just trying to be funny right now. I'm legitimately trying to help. The last thing I want to happen is for people to get hypothermia in unfortunate areas. Okay? I am a servant of the people. I'm a humanitarian. Don't judge me. I guess that's the general purpose thing I could say about this entire endeavor. Let's drop all this newsprint. Drop all that newsprint. Yep. What is it doing right now with the... There we go. Drop all. I don't know what it was doing, but I should probably check the ground to make sure it didn't drop anything else. Okay, looks good. We don't have any sticks. We should probably go and get wood today. We should probably spend the day getting a little bit of wood so we can get some other things done. But we need to designate like a food and first aid cabinet, and I think this one's going to work. It looks like they buffed the amount that this can hold. That's good. Makes me happy. We'll go... Transfer all. You know the tea is probably a good idea. I should probably cook that, but I'm not going to do it right now. Move all that in there. We got the reishi tea. We got the rose hips. No idea what we're going to use those for. I'll probably take a look at some of the other stuff in a little bit, like on the crafting bench, and see if they've added anything new. I'll probably take most of the crafting stuff downstairs and put it in the crafting bench because that seems like a good place to put it. Inventory management here. Water purification tabs. I always keep 3 to 4 of them on me just in case. But I don't carry around like 100 boxes because they actually weigh not an amount that you should worry about, but they weigh an amount that will add up on you. I'm probably going to get rid of all those as well. Everything else is looking pretty good. Pry bar, I always, you know, sometimes I leave the pry bar at home, and every time I do, I regret it. So I'll probably bring that along with me for all of our adventures. It's never a bad idea to have accelerant just in case you need to start a fire when you're out in the middle of nowhere and you're like in the weather and you need to sleep next to a fire for the night. It's not really a problem until you find yourself trying to solve it. So what do we have on the workbench? So we got a wound dressing. Apply to wounds to help prevent. So instead of using disinfectant and a bandage, you would just use old man's beard mixed with a bandage and it would take care of it with one thing. Got torches. Okay, we can pull those out of the fire anytime we need them, though. Snares. Yep. Hooks. I figured we would have that around line. Yep, all these things were in the game the last time that I played. Rabbit skin mitts were in. Deerskin was. Deerskin pants. Wolfskin coat was. Bearskin bedroll. A survival bow. And so you can hunt small game with it. I don't think it's going to kill a wolf, though. But we can use it to shoot rabbits. And you could bow hunt a deer if you're real talented. I don't know how it'll work. We got an arrow shaft, and so that actually takes saplings too. Oh, thought maybe we could use sticks with that. So we got crow feathers. How do we make an arrowhead? Do you have to find arrowheads? How do you make an arrowhead? I didn't see arrowhead on the list. Interesting. Well, that might be one of those things I have to look up then because that's new, and I don't know what to do with it. So while we wait, everything's looking pretty much repaired. I don't think I'm going to carry a whole bunch of stuff around with me, so instead, I'm going to ditch a lot of the crafting stuff in here just until I have time to come back later and deal with it. We need our weight to go down pretty considerably, and so we'll put in a couple of the sewing kits. I'm going to keep the pry bar. Probably put those in food storage, too. Extra fishing hooks, yeah. Meh. The gun is the big thing. I mean, guns weigh like a ton. I think we need like fir wood or something to fix the gun. And it wouldn't be the worst idea to get that going because it doesn't look like it's in the best of shape right now. I don't remember if you need cedar or if you need fir, though. I think you need fir. And if you have fir and a toolkit and some of this other stuff, I think you can repair it. 25%. 75% chance to get it done. We'll give it a go. And there you go. And so our repair skill went up. Our gun is no longer in quite shabby form. How this lady managed to grab just a piece of wood off the ground and a bunch of scrap metal and fix a gun, I don't know, but don't ask her. She seems dangerous to me. I don't want to offend her. Go ahead and eat the wolf meat. That's all that we got. It looks like they nerfed the amount of wolf meat you get, too. So I don't think you get quite so much anymore. I'm going to drink some of the water. That'll probably take us down below threshold a little bit. I'm a little bit torn as to what I want to do for long-term food supply here. Figure we'll eat some tomato soup. I do like tomato soup. Some people mix it with milk. I've never done that. The milk mixing thing weirds me out. I've always mixed it with water to thin it out a little bit, but I do like it. It's delicious. It also gives it that weird pink color. Like the color, I don't know. When I was a kid, I saw a kid get a nosebleed and it dripped into his milk. And it turned to like a pink color. And ever since then, I'm just like, anything like pink colored, I'm not down with. That and Pepto-Bismol, I think, ruined the color for me forever. More than likely drop these two chapos off on that side. For right now, I'm happy with what we got stored. We got a couple days supply left. We're not in amazing shape. But if we make a hook and a line, I think we could go fishing and we'll be in really good shape. We need to start curing some stuff, though, too. What disease these sticks have, I don't really know, but we need to cure them. And so I'm going to set all my stuff up right now to cure. So we've got the gut. It's got to be in... Oh, I just dropped a thing. What did I drop? My pry bar. I need that. So we'll drop the gut. We'll drop that. It's weird that it takes the clicker off each of the things that you drop. Probably drop that right there too. Spread them out a little bit with the sticks on this side. Drop those there. And then once we got our saplings, I'm glad that I grabbed those. I was a little bit concerned that that might happen. And so I'm happy that I picked those up because I was wondering, that's enough to make like 9 arrows, which is enough to hunt rabbits and things like that. It'll probably be okay. And then everything else, we can just wound it and then follow it around till it dies. I prefer to save the bullets for right now. So a little bit of conservation there. But let's get over to this side, and I'm going to make another fish hook. And once the fish hooks are done, I'm going to combine those with the line. We got 8 hours of daylight left, so technically we could go out and go fishing if you really wanted to. Make ourselves some fishing tackle right there. We're a little bit tired, though. No, we're not. We're still good. As long as it's not too cold outside, we might be able to get a good fishing session in. Let's go see what the sesh has for us. I'd much rather get fish than have to waste bullets on doing anything else over the next couple days. It's -3. That's not too bad. There's always the chance it'll get better, too. I'll probably follow this around and see if I can't grab a couple of cattail stalks while we're over here, too. I'll probably just go out to this closest one on this side. Obviously, we got to cook the damn fish after we get it fished out. But fish are actually a pretty good way to make it by. This game, I think, does have pretty aggressive hunger standards as far as feeding yourself goes, considering you can go like 30 days without eating. But I realize they got to keep the game engaging somehow, and they can't just give you like freebies like that. They got to give you something to work on, otherwise nobody would ever play the game. They'd be like, well, all I looked after was water, and then I can just starve for 30 days in between each steak, and so seems to be okay to me. Grab this guy over here. That'll keep us fed for a little while longer, and luckily enough, it'll keep us fed without the need of making a fire. So we'll take that real fast. Okay, looking good. We're going to go out to this little fishing hut right here. I'm going to see how much I can fish before I half freeze to death. I think we'll be alright. We got to worry about getting tired too, though. I'll probably try and make my way out to that side of the lake and grab a couple more supplies before we end things off. But for right now, just a little fishing trip. A little cat stalk and fishing trip. I heard a wolf. There's some kind of growly thing happening. We already got all this, right? Yeah, it all looks perfectly fine to me. We can use a hatchet, I guess, to chisel the ice open. I don't know what the best tool is to use right here to get the ice open. I mean, we might freeze by the time we get the ice off. I don't know how long this takes. Looks like under 1 hour. So it'll be alright. Let's start out with 2 hours of fishing, and we'll just see what happens here. Got a smallmouth bass. Okay. Alright. Got a lake whitefish. And another lake whitefish. All we have out here, in all honesty, the only thing we have out here where I live is we have German brown. You can catch a bass every now and again. We have salmon if you're in the right place, but you got to go to the right place to fish for salmon. We got a lot of rainbow trout out here too. Looks like it's getting a little bit colder, but we've got shelter. I want to make use of this fishing hole while we're out here. I think it's probably a good plan. We got a whitefish. Getting a little bit cold, but we'll be alright. We basically timed that one about as perfectly as you can time it. For right now, I'm not really going to do much aside from run back over to where we came from. And so I figure I'll probably break it off right here. Ooh, that's a little concerning. So what I'd like to do is, because we got a blizzard coming in, I'm going to try and follow the rocks around the side. Always use reference points. You can, no joke, you can get lost in between the fishing lodge and going back to this place over here. If you're just like not paying attention, you're like listening to music and dicking around or something, it can happen. It's happened to me, so watch out for it. Follow the things that you know. Use those landmarks and don't cheat yourself out of don't cheat yourself out of a long-term game by dying early. I'll see y'all later. Hi to everybody. This is Long Dark.